What are some things that teachers have done over the years that you feel like it's really helped you learn as a dyslexic?
Well, teachers have taken me after class and specifically asked me if this lesson made sense, and if it didn't, work through, like, let's say in math, like they would work through a problem with me, and wherever I got stuck, they would like one-on-one help to really help me like push past like what I wasn't understanding and help me like really get an understanding of what was happening like in the lesson. So when I was little, doing like having blocks and saying if you had this many blocks and took how many away, how many would you have left? And then I remember one thing my brother did with help me with multiplication tables is he used different voices to help me with each like number. And I remember going into class and I got taken out of class to do times tables or something, and sitting there, and my teacher what is she doing? And for each one I used a different voice, but I ended up getting it. So that was a good little.
Okay. What are some of the things that your parents have done that have been most helpful to you, either in your study time or homework time?
Well, I think just having someone sitting there and like helping me like through it, or just even having someone sitting there, because I focus a lot better if someone's sitting next to me, even if they're not helping me, just sitting there like playing on their phone or something. But just having someone sitting there like watching me like makes me focus better. And the setting for tests, putting things on note cards and having them like hold it up and then like tell it to me, because I do a lot better when I'm standing up and I'm moving around and I'm moving my hands. So them just like calling things out to me, and then like flashcards, and then at dinner asking me questions they remember.
How important do you think patience is with a student with dyslexia?
Oh gosh, I think that's probably the biggest thing, because with dyslexia it does take a lot longer to understand things. So if you don't have patience, it's not really worth learning, because like if a teacher was like saying, okay, well, we got to move past this problem, we got to keep going, I don't understand what she did. And so what happens with me is if she keeps going and I don't understand, I kind of zone out and start doodling on my paper, and I don't understand. And it just kind of, the lesson keeps going and I'm just, oh well. So patience is probably the key to it. And especially like when I was little, my parents always had me like reading menus and road signs and everything, just like even not studying for tests or anything, because that really helped my reading level and really helped me like understand words and like fluency and stuff. So like when we'd be at dinner, my dad would be like, all right, hey, what's it say under the salads or whatever, and I have to read the salads and what's on the salads or whatever. But just like everything we could, just keep reading and just like pursuing, just like not just studying for tests and stuff like everyone else would do, but just like you kind of have to work on it like wherever you are.
Making it a part of your everyday life.
Yeah.
What causes you to shut down?
Probably when people don't give me the benefit of the doubt, because for me, I feel like it's been a lot of just like, oh, she can't do it, like she's not gonna be able to read that, like we're not gonna give her the part in this because she can't read it. Or just like when teachers especially are just like expect so little of me, it almost makes me want to work harder, but at the same time it's just like, oh, then why should I even try? Like it's really disappointing too, just because of one little thing that I have that I couldn't help, that people treat me differently, or I get made fun of, or just like teachers even will be like, we'll have to work on that later with you, like at a different time. Because not only that it's embarrassing me in front of my class, it's just like, well, I might not have that time, I might not be able to work on it, I just need you to help me now, you know?
Describe a little bit about what print on a page looks like to you.
Okay, so if I were to be reading black and white ink, what happens is if I'm working on like one line, everything else on the page moves. And so I have ADD as well, and so trying to focus on that one word that's not moving is extremely difficult, because then I jump around on the page trying to like get that to stop or something, and so I look at that word and everything else is just like moving, and it's like, that's why it's really hard for me to like read like the Bible or read like long novels or anything like that. One of big like strategy that I use is there's like films, like they're really, really thin pieces of plastic that go like over lights or something. And if you put that down, it makes it not black and white, it makes it like blue and black or like pink and black or something. So not everything else on the page moves. So, which is kind of weird when you think of like the numbers and like letters and everything moving. But that's what it looks like when I look at black and white text.
Talk to me a little bit about the shame factor. Is there a shame factor involved? Do you feel like on the whole with students with dyslexia?
I think there is, just because you don't feel like everybody else, and like it's like the person being picked last in like kickball or something. It's just kind of like, and obviously like if like people know about it, it's just like, it's just almost like people look at you different, and it's just like I don't feel different, although I'm not good at school. Like I am good at everything. I mean, not everything, but like I am good at other things, and I'm like, I don't know. It's just really, it's almost embarrassing just because like I can't read, and my friends, like a lot of my friends like love to read, and it's just like, oh, I don't read that much, and just like I don't, it's just, I feel like different than everyone else, and it's just kind of like disappointing that, I mean, I can't do anything about that, and it's just.
Does it make you feel bad to feel different?
Well, I think it's good to be different in some ways, but because with dyslexia, it comes like, I am very, very, very creative, and I've like taught myself piano, and I've taught myself violin, and just all this different stuff that people who don't have it might not necessarily be able to do. And just like, it makes me different, but not always in a good way, just because I can't read, but then at the same time, I love music, I love to dance, like, it makes me me, which I love.